Hi everyone and welcome back. My name's Alison, the online piano and the online violin tutor. Today I'm going to do a tutorial for the song It's Still Falling For You by Ellie Goulding, and this is part of the soundtrack from the new film that's coming out, Bridget Jones Baby, or it's coming out sometime this month anyway. So if you want to know where to get the free and easy sheet music that I have arranged for everybody, then just click there'll be a link in the description bar directly underneath this video. I also have an easy piano tutorial for this as well, that will be linked directly underneath. And also, if you want to see the violin performance of this, I'll have a link coming up here now. It will also be linked in the description bar underneath if you don't have annotations on your mobile device. So if you want to know how to play Still Falling For You, then grab your copy of the sheet music and let's get going. Just before I get started, I just want to mention that I'm not feeling the best today. I've got a terrible sore throat, as you can probably hear as well. So if I'm sounding a bit strange, that's why. But I really wanted to get a video out for you guys for tomorrow, so I didn't want to let you down, so I thought I'd go ahead with filming anyway. Okay, so let's get on with the music. So what you'll see in the usual style is you'll see finger numbers above all of the notes, or numbers above all of the notes, and those are going to represent the fingers that you're going to be putting on the violin. You will see letters above those, like G, D, A and E, and those are going to be referring to the string that you're going to be on at that time. Now, if I just take you through where it goes to and from, so you're going to obviously start at the beginning. The notes for the first two bars or measures, the small notes there are just the introduction. So if you want to play along with that, you can. If you don't want to play along with that, then obviously don't do that. So what you're going to do, play the whole of the first page. When you get on to the second page, you will see a repeat sign here, and then what you're going to do is go back to the first page, not from the beginning, but from bar 11 or from measure 11, which is this bit here, the repeat. So then you're going to start from here, you're going to play it all the way through again, and this time you're going to get to here, and what you're going to do is when you get here, you're going to jump across and start here, the second time bar. So this is the first time bar. This is what you play on the first time round. On the second time around, you obviously don't play the first time bar again, so you jump to the second bar and then you literally just play it all the way through to the end. You've got just another little repeat just here at the bottom as well. Same thing, play it through till you get to the repeat, jump pretty much directly just above it, play it through, and this time jump over to the second time bar and play it all the way through to the end. The other thing I want to mention as well is that the original key that Ellie Goulding sings this in, it's actually in the very silly key of D flat major. So even though it might be a great key to sing in for the violin, it's not such a good key. Even I wouldn't even want to play in that kind of key. There are just too many. I don't want to be playing D flats with the third finger on the A string. I don't want to be playing all the E flats, A flats, D flats with the fourth finger. It's too much. It's just not, the violin isn't really, it doesn't sound its best when it's playing in a lot of flats. So what I have done is moved it up to the key of D major. If you guys want me to, actually I think I will anyway, so I will put a link to the original sheet music, this version that I've got here, but I will put it into the key of D flat major for any of you crazy guys out there that want to have a go at it in D flat major. So I will link that directly underneath. So this version with all the notes in and stuff like that in D flat major as she sings it in, and obviously I'll give you this kind of the easier key. Exactly the same notes and how I've arranged it, just in a nicer key. Okay, so I'm not going to play it all the way through because I've got a performance video for that, so you can hop over to that channel and listen to the performance, but I'll just take you through kind of a couple of bits because it just repeats. It's, I'd say the first, I don't know, five or so lines are fairly self-explanatory really. Pretty much it. That sort of repeats again. The only thing I need to mention there is when you've got second fingers for the Fs, which are in measure 7, your Fs, they're F sharps because of the key signature. You've got F sharps and C sharps, so they're going to be there. So the third finger would normally go here on the dot. Your F sharps are going to go just slightly behind the third finger. So that's where you need to put your second fingers for there. When you're on the A string, you need to put your second fingers in the same place as well. I don't think you've got anything on the E string. No. Okay, so just to recap, on the A string, your second fingers are going to be here, right next door to where the third finger goes. On the D string, you're going to be in exactly the same place, right next door to the second finger. And on the G string as well, your second finger is going to be just behind the third finger. The E string you don't have to worry about because we haven't got a second finger on the E string to play. So what I'm going to do is skip ahead to bar 18 or measure 18. Chorus on the starting at the bottom of the first page, going on to the first excuse me, 2 lines of the second page. So I have put fourth fingers in there for the E when you're doing, just because I just don't think you want to be doing open strings. It's just a little bit dodgy as well. It doesn't sound nice when you've just got an open string randomly in the middle there. I think you're going to have potential issues for not only does the strings stand out because it's reverberating and it's ringing and resounding compared to the other strings or the other notes that you're playing at the time, but it also means that I think that your intonation has to be even more accurate with the notes that you're playing with your fingers, because obviously an open string is going to be in tune and it's going to stand out a little bit more if your fingers are not quite in tune. And not only that, I think you're going to run the risk of getting that kind of I can't when you want to do something you can't do it, can you? But you know when you we've all done it, but you know when you play that E string and you kind of get that harmonic, that horrible harmonic sound that you get, and you don't even know why you get it, but you do, it just happens. So I think you're going to accidentally do that, and if you're touching your index finger a little bit too close, I just think you're going to hit other strings and it isn't going to sound nice and clear. But the majority of it stays on nicely on the A string as well, and then you're not having to do, you don't want to be doing all these string crossings. So guys, I've put fourth fingers in there for those E's. So where I've put an open string, try and do the open string. Where I've put a fourth finger, I've either put the fourth finger because you have to, because the key signature says, for example, it might be an E flat and you can't obviously do an open string, or I've done it because I don't want you to play an E string because it's just going to sound too resonant, or there's going to be too many string crossings, or there's just a potential for it not to sound quite as nice. So do those fourth fingers there. Okay. Second page, second line, moving on to the bridge. And then it just goes back into the chorus again. I mean, there's nothing complicated there, maybe just apart from the rhythm, but I assume you guys know how the rhythm of this goes, so you can kind of fudge something with some of the notes there. If you guys think that you want to do the rhythm in a slightly different way, absolutely go ahead and do that. This is just my transcription. This is just my way of just putting the notes onto the paper in a rhythm that I think is as close as I can get it to how she's singing. So if you feel like you want to change the rhythm slightly, absolutely go ahead and do that. You don't have to stick rigidly with what I've got on the music. So that chorus will take you all the way to the third line from the bottom, where you've just got those repeats there, and you've got those little notes. Now Ellie Goulding does sing those little bits, but I've put them in as they're kind of, it's up to you if you want to play them or not. But if I play from 57, or from the third line from the bottom, if you want to play those. I think you should. I just want to explain as well. Sorry, my throat's getting really bad now I'm talking, so I'm sorry if I'm making sorry if it's sounding worse. But I just want to explain that little bit that you've got here, just where my finger is. So you notice that you've got a note of D, which is just after the repeat bar there. You can play that really quickly. Or you can hold it and let the instrumental part kind of do those little bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And just play that little bit again. But if it were me, I would probably just play that, just because I don't like just sitting there doing nothing while the instrumental's happening. So so on. Moving on to the second time bar. And then you can play those little small notes again. Or you can just leave them, it's just completely up to you. So there we go. I don't think there's anything else that I need to mention there. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to check out my performance tutorial and my performance channel and all that kind of jazz. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.